You're always asking me why dicyanin got banned, so let's take a look. I promised everybody that I would be mixing up some dicyanin for you to see in real time, and that I'd do a comparison with our goggles, vintage goggles, and other things that are on the market, and show you just what is real and what isn't. So let's get into it. I'll keep this demonstration simple. I've got some dicyanin, some water, some mixing tools, and a white monster, because Spirit Daddy needs his go juice. So what is dicyanin really? You can see here that dicyanin is a purple crystal. It's a coal tar dye derivative that was made about 120 years ago. Up till that point, the color purple was very difficult to get to dye textiles. It's very expensive. And then they started pulling these different colors out of coal tar. They started to refine this and turn it into dyes. Now, this revolutionized the textile industry, and a lot of different colors were made available to the public. But it was also a lot of problems because the main suppliers were in Germany. Now, I don't know who's been paying attention, but Germany had a couple of little hiccups about 100 years ago, World War I and World War II. So getting this dye became problematic at certain points, even for Dr. Kilner. Kilner himself noted in his book many different delays that he had getting this in from Germany and periods where he wasn't able to acquire it. And in addition to that, this runs out really quick. Dicyanin, for anybody who's ever actually used it, is a massive pain in the ass to work with because it degrades quickly. When you put this into a lens between two pieces of glass and however you choose to hold it, whether it be gelatin or liquid or whatever, it will turn cloudy simply because of light and temperature changes. And let me show you exactly what that looks like. I've got a pair of antique goggles here I believe this one's from the 1960s. And if you look through it, it's cloudy. You can't see shit. Around the edges, you see where it gets gummy. If I unscrew the lens cap, I pop that off, and I show you what the lens actually looks like, you can see it's two pieces of glass with a thin little sheet of something that was impregnated with the dye. And once again, you can't even see through it. It's useless as a lens. Now these, 60 years ago were clear, and they are not anymore. That's the technical hurdle that I overcame when I invented the technology to make the lenses we sell at Museum of Tarot. They're the correct color, but are completely inert. They will never degrade. If I show you our lenses, you can see that it is basically one piece with a very specialized coating. And because I was able to get away from sandwiching something between two pieces of glass, this will never degrade. It will remain clear and scientific optical grade forever. So let's mix up some dicyanin and take a look. I'll pull some of this out, and you can see I'm wearing gloves, and it's not because of the urban myth that dicyanin is harmful. It's not harmful. It's because this shit stains like a motherfucker, and I don't want to look like I fingered Grimace.
You haven't touched your cheeseburger.
So let me just get a small amount of this because it's rare and very expensive. I'll put a couple grains into the beaker, and just get a little bit of water. Voila. You can see the color that it's coming to. So I just added a bit more to this, and you can see that the color comes together, and it is purple. So if anybody's out there on the internet saying that dicyanin is a blue color or a red color, they're full of shit. So that's dicyanin. And the question everybody seems to have about it is, was it banned? Is it illegal to have? Is the Illuminati going to kick down my door and shove a pineapple up my ass? Is there an orchestrated conspiracy to keep this down? Well, there's something I haven't gotten to yet, and that's that the last group, the last company that sold working Aura goggles in the United States up until the 1990s was a CIA front operation. Every technology that group touched seems to have just disappeared, and they had their hands in quite a few different, very interesting technologies.
And we do hold a lot of government contracts. We actually got contracts that they were hard to get. And back in the 70s, we got a contract to study the effects of Kirlian photography on skyjackers, which was to catch violent-prone people. We could pick their photos up and see if they were violent-prone, and the Department of Transportation actually funded us to do that.
But I'll make another video to touch on that topic. Dicyanin is an antique. It's like a Model T Ford. It was hard to get even 100 years ago, and they just don't make it anymore. Now, if you want to go out and buy a Model T, I'm sure there's somebody that deals in classic cars that rebuilds the things that can get you one, but it's going to cost you. Museum of Tarot got around that problem in a very unique way. I created a new technology and is manufactured and then coated onto our lenses. So we're the only ones in the world actually making something that works. And just to prove the point, I'm going to show you a comparison, actually looking outside, with liquid dicyanin, our lenses, and other lenses that are available on the market, including the antique lenses, so you can get a good comparison of how each stack up.
Choose your character.
This should clear up a lot of the misconceptions that are out there about dicyanin. And if you're interested in getting your hands on a real working pair of dicyanin aura goggles, see us at museumoftarot.com.